Most of us grew up hearing the same thing. If you want to stay healthy, cut back on sugar. But what if the biggest threat to your blood sugar, your heart, and your metabolism isn't sugar at all? What if the most dangerous carbohydrate, the one causing some of the biggest glucose spikes and the fastest weight gain in seniors, is hiding in foods labeled low sugar, fat-free, diabetic-friendly, and even healthy? And what if it shows up in foods you eat every single day without even realizing it? Today, we're shining a light on one of the quietest, sneakiest threats to senior health: highly refined industrial starches. These are carbohydrates that don't look dangerous on the label, but inside the body, they can spike blood sugar faster than table sugar. What you can do right now. Before we go any further, here's what I want you to do today. Go to your pantry or refrigerator and pick up something you eat regularly, maybe your yogurt, your cereal, your protein bar, or your salad dressing. Flip it over and look at the ingredient list. Look at the first 4 ingredients. Do you see any of these words? Maltodextrin, modified cornstarch, modified food starch, tapioca starch, potato starch. If you do, you've just found what we're talking about. That ingredient right there may be raising your blood sugar more dramatically than actual sugar does. And you're about to understand why that matters so much, especially after age 50. Why this hits seniors harder. If you're over 50, your metabolism is more sensitive to blood sugar spikes than it used to be. Muscle mass naturally decreases. Your cells don't respond to insulin quite as quickly, and the body simply becomes less forgiving of sudden glucose surges. That's why so many older adults find that foods they used to eat without a problem now make their weight, blood sugar, or digestion harder to manage. One viewer wrote to me recently, "I'm 68 and I stopped eating sweets months ago, but my blood sugar is still creeping up. My doctor says to watch my diet, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have cereal for breakfast, a protein bar for lunch, and I'm trying to eat healthy." Here's what she didn't know, and here's what her doctor may not have told her. The shocking truth about these hidden starches. Studies published in diabetes and nutrition journals have found that maltodextrin, one of the most common refined starches, can have a glycemic index of more than 100, in some cases up to 185. Table sugar, by comparison, averages around 65. Let me say that again in simpler terms. These hidden starches can raise your blood sugar almost 3 times faster than actual sugar. And this helps answer a question many seniors have asked their doctor. "I'm not eating much sugar anymore, so why are my glucose levels still high?" One big reason is that refined starches don't count as sugar on a nutrition label. A food can say 0 grams of added sugar and still spike your blood sugar like candy if maltodextrin or modified starch is near the top of the ingredient list. Where these starches hide. You'll find these ingredients in thousands of packaged items seniors eat every day. Flavored yogurt, instant oatmeal, cereal, crackers, salad dressing, protein bars, gluten-free snacks, diet foods, foods specifically marketed for diabetics, even nutritional shakes and coffee creamers. Many of these foods were created when we were all told that fat was the enemy. When companies removed fat to make products heart healthy, they had to add something back to improve taste and texture. That something was usually refined starches like maltodextrin. So for decades, people believed they were making good choices, and they were actually riding a blood sugar roller coaster without knowing it. What happens inside your body? Here's what happens when you eat that healthy instant oatmeal with maltodextrin as the second ingredient. Your blood sugar shoots up quickly, let's say to 180. Your pancreas has to release a large burst of insulin all at once to bring it back down, and the older we get, the harder it becomes for the body to process these repeated spikes. By mid-morning, your blood sugar has crashed. You feel hungry again, and you reach for crackers or a snack bar, which often also contains modified starch. You're on a roller coaster all day without realizing the ride you're on. Over time, this pattern can lead to higher fasting glucose, a creeping A1C number, and stubborn belly fat and insulin resistance. Several large-scale reviews have connected long-term refined starch intake to higher risk of type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, higher triglycerides, and heart disease. And while younger adults may be able to handle these spikes, older adults often feel the effects more strongly and sooner. There's also emerging research showing that maltodextrin may affect the healthy bacteria in your gut, the ones that protect digestion and support immunity. It may feed harmful strains that trigger inflammation. And many older adults do notice that processed food bothers them more than it used to. That's not in your imagination. Your gut is giving you feedback. Why food companies use these starches? The reason is simple. They're cheap, shelf-stable, easy to manufacture, and they make low-fat and low-sugar foods taste better. They improve texture, thicken liquids, and add volume without changing the sugar count on the label. So a product can look perfectly healthy at first glance, even if it sends your blood sugar soaring once digested. How to protect yourself. This is why checking labels is so important. The first 3 or 4 ingredients tell you most of what you need to know. If you see maltodextrin, modified starch, tapioca starch, or potato starch near the top, especially in a product marketed as healthy, it's a sign that glucose spikes may follow. Now, does this mean you can never have processed foods again? No, but being aware gives you control instead of being surprised by your numbers at your next doctor's appointment.
Not all starch is the enemy. Let's clarify something important, because I don't want you to think all carbohydrates are bad. They're not. In fact, some starches are incredibly good for you, especially what's called resistant starch. This type of starch is found naturally in beans, lentils, whole oats, barley, green bananas, cooked and cooled potatoes, and cooked and cooled rice. Resistant starch digests slowly, feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, and produces compounds that help your colon stay healthy. Studies show that increasing resistant starch can improve how well your cells respond to insulin in a matter of weeks, even in older adults. So the answer isn't removing all carbohydrates from your diet. The answer is choosing carbohydrates your body processes slowly and comfortably. Simple swaps that make a real difference. Here are a few changes that can have a genuine impact. Instead of flavored yogurt, try plain Greek yogurt with fresh berries. Instead of crackers made from refined starches, try nuts or seed-based crackers. Instead of instant cereal, try whole oats cooked with cinnamon and a little fruit. Instead of processed meal bars, try eggs, cottage cheese, or a natural protein snack. Small changes like these add up surprisingly fast. Many older adults notice improvements in blood sugar, energy, and digestion in just a few weeks. Your body is still responsive. Here's the empowering part. The body is remarkably responsive even later in life. Studies show that reducing refined starches, increasing fiber, moving regularly, and eating whole foods can improve fasting glucose, lower insulin resistance, and support gut health at any age. There is no age where improving food choices stops working. One study involving older adults showed that simply replacing refined carbohydrates with a combination of protein, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains led to measurable improvements in fasting insulin within just 12 weeks. That's not years. That's 3 months, and it shows how adaptable your body still is. Build meals that digest more slowly. A helpful strategy is to build meals around 3 things: protein, fiber, and healthy fat. When eaten together, these nutrients help slow the digestion of carbohydrates, giving your bloodstream a gentler rise in glucose instead of a sharp spike. For example, if you enjoy oatmeal, adding ground flaxseed, walnuts, or a scoop of Greek yogurt provides protein and healthy fat to balance the starch. If you enjoy fruit, pairing it with nuts or cottage cheese helps slow digestion. Small adjustments like this help your metabolism function more smoothly without requiring you to overhaul your entire diet. Natural tools that can help. There's also growing interest in the way certain spices support blood sugar stability. Cinnamon has been shown in several studies to improve the way cells use glucose. That means your body can handle carbohydrates more efficiently. Turmeric and ginger have demonstrated anti-inflammatory benefits. Even vinegar before meals can reduce the size of post-meal glucose spikes. These aren't cures, and they don't replace your doctor's guidance, but they can be valuable tools in a larger lifestyle approach, especially for seniors who want natural, gentle strategies that work with their bodies, not against them. Movement makes a difference. And finally, movement plays a role. You don't need intense gym workouts to make a difference. Light movement,
like walking for 10 to 15 minutes after meals, can significantly improve how well your body clears glucose from the bloodstream. Senior fitness researchers have found that this simple habit can lower post-meal blood sugar just as effectively as some medications. Even just standing up and moving around your home for a few minutes can help. The key is consistency, not intensity. I want to say this clearly. You don't have to throw out your entire pantry tonight. You don't have to never eat processed food again. And you don't have to feel guilty about the foods you've been eating. You didn't know what was in them, and now you do. One swap is better than no swaps. One label checked is better than none. Small steps add up to big changes over time. As you look ahead on your health journey, remember this. You're not starting from zero. Your body already wants to move toward balance. It just needs the right environment. Choosing carbohydrates your body handles well, checking ingredient labels, eating whole foods, and adding gentle movement can work together to improve your numbers and help you feel better in your daily life. If this information is helpful, remember to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps support future videos like this one and keeps this information in front of the people who need it. And please share this with someone who's working to improve their health too. The more people understand what's really happening inside their bodies, the more empowered we all become. You're never too old to improve your health, your numbers, and your quality of life. Check your labels, choose the carbohydrates that work for your body, and take each meal as another opportunity to support your strength, independence, and your future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.